Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. This is just a quick little introduction, because the big news story that we're covering in this video, one of them anyway, is Millie Gibson no longer being part of Doctor Who from season 2 onwards. She's going to be in several episodes. She's going to be one standalone episode where they wrap up a story arc, which means to me this wasn't the plan, right? It was not the plan to say sayonara this quickly. My guess is after, you're going to see me, read this news for the first time in a minute. But after going through that news cycle, my guess is this, that she's being made to take the blame, essentially, for the lackluster ratings, which they all deny. Oh, no, it did fantastic. No, in the 14 and a half demographic in the 72nd minute of one of the specials, it was the best thing ever. Yeah, no, it didn't do very well. It underperformed. And I think, well, they can't blame Ncuti because he's black and gay, right? They can't blame Russell because he's gay and they can't make Doctor Who without him. They can't blame Disney because Disney can't blame themselves for anything. And so, the next most prominent person, Millie Gibson, the insanely hot white girl. That's the vibe I get, right? I get the vibe she was let go for not being diverse enough. This is just the messed up world we live in. Anyway, let's take a look at the Doctor Who news. Interesting sequence of events. This is why it's good to be offline for 25 hours, which I was. Right, as I went offline, this was doing the rounds, right? Yeah, this was from now. Miriam said, if Doctor Who rule goes wrong, at least I've tried after gambling steady curry job. You could go back to your curry job without blinking, darling. As Ncuti Brackburn breaks on her shock act. But what was the first story about? This is she's dropped. But do we have the initial story? It was from the Mirror, wasn't it? Is this the initial story? Yeah. Why don't I just if I click on Doctor Who, maybe it'll take me the other Doctor Who stories. Could it going to be that simple? Oh, come on. Where's the first one? Oh, here it is. This is it. I guess is this from now? Look, I guess this is a good one to go from as any, right? Mirror's always had a good track record of scooping correctly, right? Doctor and Karney Millie Gibson dropped from the next series as BBC show as replacement revealed, right? A decision for Ruby to exit so soon will shock fans who expected to stretch out the time. Well, that is the normal companions now, really. We had Rose was 2 seasons and really pivotal in establishing who Doctor Who was, right? Martha was 1 season. I guess. I hear you. I don't know. It just feels they should be re-establishing the brand of Doctor Who right now. And this is not doing that, right? This is just, what is this video playing? Piss off. Leave us alone. There you go. Right? It feels like they should be, re-establishing the brand of Doctor Who. And this is not doing that. Having, a pretty sexy, normative blonde white companion, right? Very hetero. I mean, again, the new girl, very fuckable, very hot. I'm not saying she's not, right? I think was so traditional, right? And I think it was really important to go traditional when you're like going as untraditional as Ncuti Gatwa, which he is. Which again, I'm still waiting to see what they put on screen, but man, have they shot themselves in the foot on this one. Again, right? Again. I don't know what to tell you. Right? I mean, how many times do you screw up in the same way? It's incredible. Right? It's like literally the only thing that 100% has worked. Like she's been good every moment she's been on screen, and she's super hot, even though you dress her like I bet next season she'll be in a burqa, right? I don't know. Only made her first appearance as character Ruby Sunday last month as the 20th Christmas special. Doctor Karney Millie Gibson is being dropped. Now, being dropped is very different than leaving from the BBC sci-fi show, and will be replaced by Ncuti Gatwa's second series by Veranda Sithu, who again got great background, history and sci-fi, super hot. That she's not white, I feel, is significant to the people making it. Which is why I'm mentioning it, right? It just feels like they are like, see, black people aren't inferior like I think they are. That's what they are. See, here's the thing. This was like, I was trying to explain something on Twitter. Like, if you have a normal, healthy sex life, right, you don't have to insert your sexuality. Here, I'll show you this thread. It's hilarious, right? It really is genuinely hilarious. So we can find it 1 second. Doink. Hang on. Oh, where am I? There I am. 1 second. We go Twitter. This is as a short thread, but it's really very indicative, right? I got a lot more responses. This is so funny. There's that one. Okay, so there's this, but there was also another one which is even funnier. I'll find it. Anyway, here, let me turn this on. So it's amazing how they incorporate everything into their ideology. It says, you don't realize how slutty the first Doctor is. No, he isn't. It's like, he's super not slutty, right? The slut ideology, right? The ideology that would cause you to say, obviously, stupid shit like X is completely not a sexual Doctor Who slut. Well, X completely not a sexual. They want to feel better about their lifestyles and they're projecting everything. Yes, they basically do. So I said to this, like, they say he's a slut. They said, what, really? If you find the first Doctor sexual, you're not well, right? I mean, really. He's the only Doctor we know for certain has sex. In marriage? Who do you have sex with? You don't know that he definitely he definitely shagged the Master. No, again, you guys are all insane. Anyway, so he was my man. So I say, if you have a healthy, well-balanced, and this is true, right? This is true. If you have a healthy, well-balanced love life, you don't have to. You don't have this insane need to insert one's sexuality into everything. Like, if your love life is normal, right, and you're not like obsessed with it, right? You don't have to say, oh, he's less like me. Most people are just like everybody else in that they're heterosexual. And that's how most people are. I hate to be like, when I say most people, 93%, right? That's a lot. Probably 97%, I should say. Same thing with racism. If you're not racist, you don't need to connect everything to identity. If you do, you're not healthy. Will he ever stop thinking about their sex life of strangers? I have to admit, that one has me stumped. I was the one pointing to you having a weird sex life. I know to tell you, mate. But where's it? Hang on a second. That wasn't the thread. If I go to my profile, doink, maybe it's in replies. Where? Oh, here we are. There we go. This is so funny, right? This is so funny. Doink. Fine. So this comes up back at me and says, "You're one of the most annoying people on this site. What are you even talking about?" Again, I said, if you have a healthy sex life, because okay, so they were saying is go outside and touch some grass. If you just say you don't get laid and get on with it, right? You're projecting, darling, right? You're scared of sex. I mean, it just bleeds out of what you're saying, that your terror of sex, your discomfort about it, right? Your confusion, and they're probably being told you're gay or something when you're really not. But whatever you want to do, okay? So I said, also, please don't call me dude. I was going to say, but I didn't really want to rattle the cage. I was going to say, darling. And then, just change different annoying things for each one. But so I replied, yeah, it makes sense. You don't understand, right? And they don't understand, right? And she said, go outside, rejecting. All right, buddy. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I think you insert race into everything. because you insert race into everything because you're in bonkers. Right? Bonkers. Oh. The decision by son Rusty Davis to write out the former Coronation star who plays Orphan Ruby, I don't think this was the plan, by the way, was made last year after filming her first, after filming first run ended. She said, Millie, you're great, but it looks like you're white, right? She said, oh, I can be a lesbian, Mr. Russell, I'll be a lesbian transy. No, it's too late. You had spent life not being a... No, I'll transition to be a lesbian transy. No. The shock test will come as a surprise to fans who only watch her on screen. It's kind of a surprise to me as well. That's everybody in the festive episode last month, which again, I enjoyed. I'd be the one that I'm like, I hated all the Tenant ones. I enjoyed it. Well, half of it, 2/3 of it maybe. Now, Millie, 19, will not appear in the 2024 Christmas special later this year and will make only a handful of appearances across Shooter's second series as Doctor in 2025. Do you reckon it's going beyond 2025? Because I do not, right, ladies and gentlemen? I do not. The 8 episodes she has filmed will already air in May. The BBC has announced after that it will not be Millie flanking him in the title sometimes, but a new companion, Varada, who is already filming a set in Cardiff. The actor is 32. I like that Millie was 19, don't be wrong. Has already enjoyed several swashbuckling roles on TV. She's best known as Sintra in Disney's 2022 spin-off Andor. Let's have a look. Sintra. Andor was just a boring piece of shit, as I recall. Andor. Which one was she in that? Bland character 57. What's her name again? Vada Sethu. Okay, that's good. I mean, again, looks very hot. Vada Sethu. Sorry, I'm saying her name wrong. Sethu. Doink. Varada Sethu. Okay, there you go. Okay, she's... That's how is she hot? That's the main question, right? And I think that's really a very important question. Looks like she is. Certainly older. But looks like she's hot, okay? But again, I really think that her skin color, it feels like it's very important to you. Right. In 2016, she also had a role in this smash hit Dr. Foster. While her films include Jurassic Park, Dominion, and the heist movie Now You See Me Too. Darling, nobody saw any of those. Now You See Me Too, nobody. Right. One BBC source said Varda's a real gem. Russell was just blown away by her talent. The cast and crew have really warmed to her, and I'm sure the fans will too. Was it that Millie was a diva and it was impossible to deal with? Could be, right? I don't know. Listen, I think she's hot, so I want to imagine she's a good person. It's like kind of how it works with people. It's why attractive people have easier lives, right? Because you want to imagine they're good, right? So she feels like... and she feels like she's a reasonably decent person. I don't know. I don't know. And you'll call somebody evil if, again, their skin color is wrong, right? Honestly, I feel this is a mistake, but okay. And again, I think, Varda, whoever it is, hot. Okay, that's really what I care about. I mean, I haven't seen her in anything. I mean, I saw her in, like, boring shit, but I didn't notice her, so she can't have been bad. The Indian-born actress who grew up in Newcastle with her twin sister and doctor parents. Oh boy, how did she deal with that? That oppression. Yeah. That's the other thing for the cat. White privilege. Twin sister and doctor parents. Also played D.S. Misha Ali in the 2017 apocalyptic drama Hard Sun. A guest companion is likely to accompany Shooty Gatwa for his Christmas outing this year. The decision for Ruby to exit so soon will shock fans. Yeah, we said that. You keep telling us it's shocking us. Will you stop telling us? I'm shocked. Okay, yes. Let's move on. Will shock fans expected to stretch out? What's this going to say? Fans expecting her to stretch out her what? Oh my God! I'm not making this up. Ruby will exit so soon. Will shock fans. Please pay attention. Who expected her to stretch out? Oh, please. Are you going to say Fanny? Are you going to say Fanny? Time traveling across. No, bollocks. At least 2 series. Oh, I thought you were going to say Fanny. When she and the Doctor burst into the screen with the 7.3 million viewers watching in the first week of the release. Yeah. What's that? What we're talking about? Shenanigans? A little bit of bullshit, maybe? I don't know. Is she, and that's the point, is the raising of Doctor Who disappointing? And they're blaming her for it? I mean, they can't be. They must have written these scripts a while ago. Right? I don't know. In about some commands, they only stay for 1 year, including Pearl Mackie. Well, they rebooted Pearl Potts. While other Clara Oswald stay for a longer since 3 years, 1 year too many. First big problem like Matt Smith and stayed on to Capaldi. Mandip Gill, fuck off. We don't want to use her as a template for fucking anything. Oh, wait. She's not the first Indian in the TARDIS. Yes, thank God. It's that they're going to be saying it's the first all non-white TARDIS crew. Who gives a shit? Whatever. I review this as like an American remake of Doctor Who, like a Bad Wolf remake of Doctor Who. I view this as completely set. I ended with Capaldi. I'm afraid when he said 13 lies, he fucking meant it. Right? Apparently so, right? That Robert Holmes just knew that was the number, right? That was the right number, 13. Like, yeah, okay. You know, the 14 they stretched it a little bit, but like Robert Holmes just knew. He knew the right number before it got silly, and he's right. He's totally right. I'm telling you, they should have just totally rebooted. Had no idea who he was. Who am I, right? We need a companion named Fanny. Who just said that? Dragon Slayer. Well, there you go. That's how you slay your dragons, mate. Where are we up to? Other guys the last 3 years and blah, 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 blah. Following Russell's decision to write the character. All this sounds like it wasn't the plan. Teen actress Millie filmed 3 months before Christmas, and now she's almost finished on the show and will only be back to tie up loose ends in the coming weeks, according to insiders. Millie Gibson has... She was gone. She bought a house, didn't she? Maybe she rented a place. I don't know. I think maybe she rented it. I mean, maybe she must have rented it. She moved to Cardiff. Millie filmed for 3 months before and has almost finished on the show. Only be back type loose emblem. It gives a real mistake. Russell's keeping things moving and isn't letting the grass grow for sure. Yeah, but moving in the wrong direction. Fuck me, is this working? Let's run! Terrified from it. In next year's series, her character will be expected to appear in just 3 of the 8 episodes, with one of them a standalone story wrapping up Ruby's Sunday's journey with the Doctor. Oh, so if that's the case, this wasn't planned. This wasn't finally, the truth is out. Yeah, she got the boot. Either she jumped or got the boot. Clearly. Millie Gibson, pushed or jumped? I mean, that's really the question now, isn't it? Wow. She quit the soap in 2020. She's best known as the troubled teen Keely Neal. She could walk back in that any second. She quit the soap in 20. She's not going to have trouble getting another fucking job. Look at her. And also, she's good. I mean, I hate to tell you, and it wasn't just desperately wanting to fuck her, and I did desperately want to fuck her. It was that she emoted in a way that made me relate to. She acted like a human being, right? I bought her as Millie Gibson, as Ruby Sunday. Sorry, it's Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday. She did a good job. She should be able to walk in
anything she wants at this point. I honestly, look, the Doctor Revival was utterly shit until she showed up. So, I think that's worth mentioning, don't you? This week, while filming Doctor Who has resumed Cardiff following a Christmas break, the actress has been posting pictures of her holiday in Costa Rica. Oh, can we see some of that? After landing the role of Ruby, she was beyond honor, describing it as a dream come true. According to Shooting Out, were fabulous. Well, okay. At the time, said, I will do everything I can to try to fill the boots. You look, Millie, darling, man, this is still going. Really, you don't have to worry. You've done good, okay? Right, you've done good. How do I get rid of this? Whatever it is. Before me, fine. Shooty said of his companions, Millie is full of talent, strength, and has a cheeky sparkle in her. A lovely pair of tits. You notice? No, she doesn't. And as sharp as a razor. This adventure is going to be wild and fun. I cannot wait to sell with the universe of Millie. Showrun Rossi is, of course, they're going to say she's the best thing ever before you fired her. Right. The outgoing 40s Doctor, 40s is hugely important to BBC. Well, I hope it's not that important. You're going to fuck it up. I mean, maybe you're not. Look, Dan is really very optimistic. I'm like, they're probably going to fuck it up. Right. They're probably going to fuck it up. I mean, doesn't it seem that way? They're probably going to fuck it up. Anyway, let's look at this. We got this article. Is this the same article? Let me have a look. This is the same article, right? Yeah. So wait. We have later ones. With Shooty. That's how we can look at it a second. But where is it? Do we have Shooty gut? We're reacting. Fine. We'll do a search for Doctor Who stories. Mrs. Flood. Yeah, again, everything like this was done on the fly. Right? This was done on the fly. Let's see him breaking his silence. So he broke his silence. So what did he say? Bill Potts, Paul Mackey, Rossley Davis. Taking Instagram on Saturday, Shooty showed his support for Millie after making the documentary My Little Twin. He posted on the top of the actor. He posted a photo of the actors on set and the character. And wrote over at top, My Little Twin. Is it over here? Okay, fine. Really? This is a different fucking language to me. Okay. That's it? In the side of the mirror, Millie Gibson has all but left now. There's a brand new companion, which is really exciting. Oh, yeah. Kitty Nelson. That's really nothing, right? Really nothing. Listen, it's... what movie is that? Knocked Up, right? Seth Rogen's Knocked Up, where he's what's it? Andy Tiddick plays the TV executive. Says, and obviously we can't tell you what, to lose weight. That'll be good. But if we did, it'll be 7 pounds. It's the same way Disney spoke to them. We're not going to tell you to get rid of the white woman, but do you think Black Lives Matter? Doctor Who producer where is this from? Reassures fans about Disney's involvement. Oh, darling, we haven't seen anything good so far, right? Because it's Disney. Other than I got it relatively easily. Doctor Executive Joe Collins has addressed Disney's new involvement with the series, reassuring fans concerned about the future of the show. It was announced back in October 2022. Disney Plus will be the new home for it internationally. Dude, you pinned everything on a sinking ship that is Disney Plus. Disney Plus is toast, mate. Somebody else has been, Nelson Peltz has been nominated, and a few others have been nominated to the board. And once he's on the board, they'll nominate him to be CEO. Meanwhile, Bob Iger doubled his paycheck this year. Unbelievable, right? Like, unbelievable. It was smart because probably one of his last. Probably not. He'll probably be paid $1 billion forever. With new episodes on the 60th anniversary specials and airing globally on Disney Plus, while still airing exclusively on BBC in UK and Ireland. However, it was unclear how much creative control Disney would have over the episodes. They wouldn't, again, Russell T. Davies and Disney, they sing from the same prayer sheet, darling. Right? Speaking of Doctor SFX magazine, Congress reassures fans, Doctor Who won't be forcibly changed by Disney's involvement. No, not forcibly, willingly. Should we have more chicks with dicks? Well, it is a TV show. I don't know. Are you a Nazi? No. Well, then you should have more chicks with dicks. Otherwise, you're a Nazi. That'd be another great T-shirt. You should have more chicks with dicks. Otherwise, you're a Nazi. He explained from the Disney perspective, just a bigger audience, and the show is bigger. But is it the same? It's hard to explain. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. I mean, just look at this picture of the bloody TARDIS. It's so antiseptic cold. But again, if you're rebooting the Doctor completely, like at the end of 12, boom, who am I? Where am I from? You have this complete new journey, blank slate, everything, right? Of reality reboots, right? But I won't know who I am, but it'll be fun finding out. Boom, reboot. Yeah, complete, genuine reboot of reality. And you have a blank slate. That again, because 13, 14, that's basically all you can do, right? That's what oh man, that would have been so much better. But this looks like a brand new. It's boring as hell. Dan thinks it's going to get filled up and it's going to have a journey into like a bric-a-brac-nish. I don't think so. I think this is it. The start. Why? It just damn. So the show is bigger, but is it the same? It's hard to explain. So all the fear that everyone had, the Disneyfication, the question, or whatever you call it, that would only happen if it wasn't being made by Russell. But Russell's been Disneyfied, right? Russell's now a Disney fucking princess, right? I'm sorry. You know, that Russell is a Disney princess. Right, which that might end up on the thumbnail sometime, or somebody who wasn't as big a fan of Russell Davies. Yeah, but Russell, you had your entire debut episode, like hinge on Yasmin Finney being a beautiful girl, and because she's a beautiful girl with a dick, she can save the universe. Like, darling, that sounds like you're projecting a bit of your personal agenda onto it, right? I mean, like, that seems a little bit unsubtle, is how I would describe it, right? A little bit unsubtle. We're up to he continued. Russell wanted to bring fun back into it. Well, honestly, what you think the 60th was fun? You had like the silly. Okay. You had Star Beast was fun, completely blown up by bullshit ideology, gender theory ideology, right? But blown up by your insane religion. Wasn't fun. I'm sorry, it killed the fun. You had the scary episode that wasn't trying to be fun, right? And then you had like the action adventure one wasn't trying to be fun. Then it was fun when Shooty showed up running across the ruse, right? But you haven't had a great track record of making it fun. Made a great track record of making it gay, right? So we have to judge it on that. You have to enjoy back into the show and challenging people in all the right ways. Well, they're not the right ways, you disconnected fuck, right? The ways that Russell does, they're not the right ways. Most people don't think having a penis is not an obstacle to femininity. Most people find it an obstacle, right? And also there's a lot of questions we need to have about the whole trans thing, about women's sports, women's space, women's spaces. Just screaming me trans women are women doesn't really do the trick, right? Which is as good as you got to get so far. Screaming me trans women are women. Also makes it takes you and really takes you on a fun, takes you on a ride. Not really. Not in the 60th. Again, Shooty's over. You've got Shooty and Millie were so good together. You got me open-minded as to see what they're going to do. But not holding my fucking breath, that's for sure. So I think it's like the barrier to entry removed because adults and children are like, enjoy that stuff. Enjoy what stuff? So, it's just for kids. It's not just for kids. It's for any... What are you talking about? Again, it was... Seems reasonably agenda-driven, right? As does the casting of whatever her name is, even though she's hot, right? She is hot. I'm sure she's going to be good, right? But it seems agenda-driven. I don't think she would have gotten the job if she was a white girl with blonde hair, right? That's my opinion. Based on your shockingly racist attitudes. So, okay, so it's not based on nothing. Colin said that Davis had fun, had in fact previously drawn inspiration from Disney. Again, actually, he was always looking at the Pixar films. They just had the biggest layoff ever at Pixar in the way he wanted it to be, right? You look at Christmas Special, he wanted to have a fun Pixar film and the complex levels of a Pixar film. No matter how many times they're animated there. Okay, wait. Where is this about Pixar? All right, where is this? There's some article about mass layoffs at Pixar. Where is it? Was it over here? One of these ones. See, I don't know. Look, James Gunn is getting shit. So far everything I've seen him do is good, right? Where is it? Madam Web Bomb, probably. Obviously. Oh, Alex Garland's got a new movie. I like Alex Garland. She-Hulk. That's so bad. It was over here. Bleeding Full. Wait. Should we look at Pixar? Let me look at Pixar over here. Because, there was literally just a story of massive layoffs at Pixar. There we go. Yeah, look, all of these are here. What's it? Pixar layoffs. I mean, this is a new thing. 2024. Sources, trench coats layoff will be as high as 20% of the studio's 1,300 workforce. Everyone accountable on Pixar-based company tech. Yeah, doesn't sound good, does it? Right, so that's your model, Captain Genius, right? Captain Trans, that's your model, is it? Exactly. No matter how but all their movies are shit now, right? And that's why they're laying people off because they're in free fall because all their movies are shit. But with every bit of writing in Pixar, well, again, nobody likes the writing in Pixar. Here, let's look at Pixar movies. Pixar movies. Where is this? Do I have them? Can we list them by date? Maybe list of Pixar movies. Let's have a look. Let's go backwards because it's going to be woke as fuck as the further back you get. Elemental, that was woke as fuck as I recall. Right, don't know anything about it. Lightyear, Gay Buzz Lightyear, yeah, woke as fuck. Turning Red, about girls having periods, woke as fuck. Luca, non-white people, woke as fuck. Soul, good black people, woke as fuck. Onward, no idea, probably woke as fuck. Right, Toy Story 4, stop trying to squeeze money at me, you cunts. Right, so basically you had the last 4 years woke as fuck. Right, woke as fuck. Right, that's why they're letting lots of people go. Russell, you fucking moron. As 15th Doctor with Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday, clearly written out. Right, clearly written out. Oh man, what a mistake! That's just a mistake, mate. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Oh, look, the David Tennant coming back to Doctor Who should be a lesson to a lot of people, right? He can't come back again, right? He really was just too old. I found all those specials flabby and dull, right? The only thing that gave it life, this whole new era came to life for me when Shooty Gut was running over the roofs of wherever. In the church on Ruby Road, right? That it was up until that point that the era came together, and it was purely from his screen presence, which a lot of people don't like. Like if you didn't like that, you're screwed, right? As I'm sure you see in your chat, people are like, yeah, they don't like it.
Well, I expect I will when we get back to live streaming next week when Type 40 Live returns, everybody. So I haven't actually taken the temperature of the audience on my channel yet, but I would imagine it would be largely the same. You do get the impression that the fandom is lukewarm. I feel mostly the same as you. I feel very much the same as you about it. I think it's quite likely that they have got the right bloke. I just worry that they're going to get him wearing stupid things, doing stupid things, saying stupid things, and driving stupid stories. That's what really worries me.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have little hope that they will pull it off. Oh, was it Revert Yourself? Was it? I got to get back to you on the Twit chats, but we're arranging doing a stream about Remembrance of the Daleks. If you want to join, well,
I have been messaging Sean, so we are in touch. We are going to collaborate on something, and I may well pop in on that. But I'm still reading from the fact that in his message to me, Sean confided to me that he was born 5 years after Remembrance of the Daleks was screened.
Oh yeah, so that's a head
I went off him instantly, Rabbi.
Listen. I remember
Hi, Sean.
the first time I met a girl. Yeah. Right, I was in rabbinical. Not the first time I met a girl. First time I met a girl. I was in rabbinical seminary at the time. Who was born after 1977? I was like, you were born after Star Wars? That's just like it did my head in. How could that be?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it beggars belief. I mean, and you think about how times have changed, and you look at not just the culture, the kind of stuff that we talk about concerning Twitter and people getting cancelled and things like that, but the way that people sort of respond and process their entertainment is. We've become consumers, haven't we? I don't think.
And you know that's why it's not very entertaining most of the time. What did I see recently? Oh,
we're treated as consumers.
The post office, right? Completely sucked in. I binge watched, I think, 3 episodes in one day. Have you seen it?
No. This is another one of those because ITV dramas are usually pretty bad.
Oh, this is really good. I was amazed how good this is. It's got quite a cast to it as well, a cast of people you know from stuff. Yeah. I probably will. Well, I can watch ITVX without a TV license, which is their catch-up service, so I can actually watch that. But what really sticks in my throat about it is the fact that the government have fudged all this so much that we have to actually watch an ITV drama to find out anything factual about this matter whatsoever. It shouldn't be like that. But here's the thing. The reason it got a lot of success, 10 million overnight, right?
Did it really?
Yeah. It got a huge success, and it went up in the rating. Started like 9 million, and it went up. I think 8 million, 9 million, 10 million.
That's a rare thing now.
Yeah, because it was strong. But here's the thing that it had that Doctor Who didn't, right? And Doctor Who should have had it, which is why, in my opinion, failed. Right? It was a simple morality play with good and bad, and it wasn't concerned with race, sex, or gender, right? And in fact, the majority of people in it were white people, right? And it didn't matter in any way.
I think that's probably part of it. I also think a large part of it will be the fact that it's been something that's been bubbling under that we have never been told the full story about.
Right.
And obviously everybody uses the post service, and more to the point, everybody you couldn't fail to notice living in Britain how badly the post office has fallen into disrepair. The standard of service has dropped quite a lot. So you're going to get people who are going to want to see what all this is about and how it relates to them. I gather this is ITV's biggest drama launch in well over 10 years. It's launched bigger than Downton Abbey.
Yeah,
this is a huge show, But the last time they had a drama like this that got people talking like this was a similar show. It was the one that starred Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen played Chris Tarrant in a story that dramatized.
Yes, that was great as well, right?
It's based on the same principle because everybody had heard the story, but we only knew bits and bobs about it. And everybody was invested in it because back when that game show started, everybody wanted to be a contestant on it. And it's the same principle. It's just that obviously with the post office, it's even more of a contentious topic.
I hear it. No, I absolutely hear it. But again, it was a show made without agenda. Now, Doctor Who tried to be that moral show, and that's what it was trying to do with the Yasmin Finney trans. And it was trying to be like, but it was disconnected from what morality actually is. And I think that's why it really fell apart. Like really deeply fell apart, right?
It's a minority of people's view of a reality, whether one agrees with it. And I wasn't against Yasmin Finney being cast in the show at all.
No, I was on board too.
But it's a reality nonetheless, and so obviously it's going to distance people to some extent. Yeah.
But then again, I think both of us find this cultural swing in the other direction equally annoying. So
egregious.
This is something that I will say to me, and I really need to address.
Okay.
While I will continue to be wary of Russell Davies following the church on Ruby Road, so this has actually had quite a lot of play, and you'll see what it sent to me, but I deeply disagree with it. I'll explain why. I don't think it would really matter. I mean, you seem to be able to get away with most things on here. Somebody said to me last week, this was Rabbi. I was talking to somebody, a mutual acquaintance actually. I was talking to somebody about the Ricky Gervais comedy special Armageddon, right. And we were saying how cancel culture. There's only two people that are uncancelable, and this other person said to me, "Oh no, I think you'll find there's three." I said, "Yeah." Ricky Gervais, Dave Chappelle, and the Rabbi from another planet. So many have tried. What can I tell you?
I thought you'd like that.
I do like that. Listen, when a man's right, baby. I can't argue. Anyway, a friend of mine who identifies as culturally Jewish, whatever that means, has recently caught up on the 2023 specials and they've messaged me about after watching the Church on Ruby Road. E said, okay, why is he called E? E said that it should be J if he's Jewish. The only big issue he had with the episode, in their words, oh God, this is so annoying, is the blood libel storyline. Now, this is I've had a lengthy Twitter trouncing of Philip Morris about it. You might not have seen it. He's been posting like this, like not supporting the Palestinian cool stuff, but like vehemently, insanely anti-Semitic stuff. Right. So
isn't Phil Jewish?
I don't think so.
Okay, I might have my wires crossed.
And listen, you do get Jews on that side of the aisle as well. More often than not. You'll be surprised. Anyway, so look, essentially, the point is that the most traditional form of anti-Semitism is a thing called blood libel. In the 18th century, people say the Jews killed babies to use their blood, and they would present a dead kid.
Oh, okay.
They would kill babies, Christian babies, to use their blood in making their matzah flatbreads for Passover, right? Look. Ever since Christian baby blood went above $6.99 a kilo, we've had to find alternate means.
I say all this is somewhat of an education for me.
Okay, so that was always the make, because then if the Jews were doing that, it's okay to set fire to their homes, kill them, chase them out of town, whatever. They becomes kosher prey. So like that's why when people like Hamas they project a libelous image of Israel doing war crimes, doing genocide, and they think that these things just don't hold any water whatsoever, right? But it's the same thing. It's like it used to say we use Christian baby blood. Now you're saying we're harvesting organs from Palestinians, which is like both. So like blood libel is a big thing, right? That in Jewish culture, but they want to say because because of the goblins eating the baby, it connects to the blood libel, and because goblins represent Jews. I don't really buy it. Look, I'm going to read this whole thing, but I don't really buy it, frankly, because they said the same thing about the goblins in Harry Potter. Well, look here. May I demonstrate something to you here? Have you ever seen this? Oh, wrong thing. Hang on. That's it. Video file. Where is it? Downloads. Okay, yeah.
Come back here with Marge Jones.
Yeah, give it a second.
أبو ظبي للأطفال. الشعب الحال البسطة بالله.
You never seen that?
No.
Okay, so there's and it's exactly like a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
هذه الشوربة هتسبرنا.
أي حاجة لمساعدة أبطال الجهاد. أتباعك مخلصين يا صدام.
Yeah, 1 second. Then they have. Oh yeah, this is it. They have a commercial break in the middle, right? Here, 1 second.
رسالة.
بعد كده على أبو ظبي للأطفال. باتمان مش هيواجه بس وحيد ولكن 3 فريق هيهرب اليهودي.
The Jew.
والدان هيهرب اليهودي تاني. ينضموا معاه اليهودي العجوز الصغير.
The point is this. Yes, it might have been an anti-Semitic trope at one point to portray Jews as goblins. It's now part of culture, right? Again, this is I've had such a bizarre week of doing Jewish Gentile race relations, right? So I was trying to explain to Philip Morris that yes, saying that Jews are performing a genocide is anti-Semitic because we're not, right? Just in the same way, if I said you, Philip Morris, are a child molester, that would be a defamatory thing. That would be not nice because I assume you're not, right? I'm assuming it's not, right? And if I said it because of your ethnic background, that's racist, right? So anyway, so the long back and forth, right? Not really.
Well, at least he's talking to you.
Well, again, it wasn't like he just doubled and tripled down, but and he couldn't respond. Sadly. Anyway, I digress. So I had that going on at the same time at my son's engagement party, right? I was trying to explain to my Jewish friends that somebody isn't anti-Semitic if they don't completely support Israel in the Israel-Hamas war, right? And they're like, well, how not? Look what Hamas did. I'm like, but yeah, they have no skin in the game, right? If you're walking in and you hear the Arabs saying, oh, the Jews did this and that, and the Jews say the Arabs did this and that, you don't bloody know. Probably 50-50. That's what most people's minds go. Right? But like getting Jews to understand that is hard. It's a lot of work. Right? So I had that going on, right? And now we're dealing with the goblins of Doctor Who. Right? But what is right? There is Jewish cultural stereotypes. There are, cultural stereotypes, which is, for me, it doesn't feel anti-Semitic, right? I would accuse Rusty Davis of being a twat, right? But anti-Semitic, no. And frankly, I'm surprised how not anti-Semitic he's been, given that like his entire worldview is everyone on his side of the aisle.
His associates do seem to be.
So he's been smart enough to keep his mouth shut. So good for him, right? Anyway, so let's see what they have to say. As somebody who doesn't identify as Jewish on any front, suddenly it struck me how deeply inappropriate Goblins featured the spectacle. We're fine. Fuck me. Could you stop with the massive Jew-hating rallies through the middle of London with hundreds of thousands of people calling for a genocide to Jews? That's bad. That we don't want, right?
Yeah.
Goblins and Doctor Who, we're cool, baby. We're all cool.
Yeah, just priorities. I think it. Yes.
5. What are we up to? Featuring just how much Russell played off the centuries-old anti-Semitic tropes that, given his recent espousing, being more sensitive about these things, he really should have known better. Well, that's the fucking problem, right? Once you get on this treadmill of identity, like of worrying about if somebody's offended. Okay, here's the trick: don't try and be offensive. If you offend somebody by accident, say sorry. Right? If somebody is crazy and they get offended.
Well, there you go, because that's what we all did. Everybody's offended somebody at some point in their lives, and we would apologize. But now, obviously, there's nothing that terrifies people more than apologizing for something they've said or done.
Insane. I'd like it. Has that got worse? Because it's really insane.
Much worse. Much worse. And it's not just millennials or younger either. The Zoomers. It is absolutely everybody.
Yeah, it's and like, what's wrong with being wrong? Oh, for God's sake, everybody's wrong at some point. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm super religious, so I take a lot of my worldview from the Bible, right? As an archetypal of the expression of what human beings are like. And they go to great pains in the Old Testament, anyway, of like painting, showing how the heroes of the Bibles all made mistakes. Right, they have like chapters on Moses screwing up. Right, everybody has made mistakes. It's okay to be wrong. Anyway, for those who are unaware, the anti-Semitic trope of the blood libel falsely accuses Jews of sacrificial murder of Christians, more specifically their young children and infants, as part of their religious rituals. Have you ever heard the likes of QAnon and other far-right groups? Blue. Darling, Blue Anon is much worse, right? Talk about the secret cabal of powerful people. Read Jews. Okay. Arsehole. We don't need your help, right? We're fine. Right? We're fine. You worry about you. Oh. And where up to? Of powerful people, read Jews carrying out ritualistic murders and cannibalism. You've heard the trope being peddled. I mean, the thing is, though, I do kind of think, you have the elites in Hollywood and Washington, probably, I don't know, I mean, they seem to be into pedophilia, blood, eating people. I can't imagine there's anything they wouldn't do because it's too evil, right? They strike me as very bad people. Right? What's his name? Guy who was the Lone Ranger. And I like the Lone Ranger movie. I'm surprised it was sad it didn't do more.
Oh, that was Army Hammer was the Lone Ranger, wasn't he? And he lost his career as well.
Yeah, he was on he had a good career trajectory, right? And then he vanished because there was some rumor about him like getting into some kind of sex blood party or something, like some weird shit.
I know he was cancelled, but I didn't know on what grounds. I know he just vanished, and then he turned up on a podcast talking to somebody or other about it, saying how his life was ruined and he hasn't worked for X amount of years and his mental health really suffered. And I wasn't sure what he'd been accused of, though.
I have no idea, but whatever. Now, with that in mind, you may be thinking, well, okay, that's pretty vile and all, but surely children being eaten is just a feature of dark fantasy. Babies and Doctor Who are being eaten by goblins, not people. It's certainly not Jews. So what's the problem? Okay, we're saying the same thing now. Well, the problem is precisely that child-eating villains are goblins. Again, nobody connects this, right?
This is barking mad. It's absolutely barking mad.
It's nobody goes, unless you hate Jews. If you're a massive anti-Semite, you'll see it in that. right? But what can you do? You'll see it in anything. Fine, so we're only halfway through. What stupid thing can you say next? See, another long-standing anti-Semitic trope is the use of goblins in European folklore as an allegory for, you guessed it, the Jewish people. Often pictures of grotesque stroll-like creatures with hooked noses, itself a physical trait abundant in anti-Semitic characters. Well, it's reasonably accurate. And who delight in hoarding gold. Everybody delights in hoarding gold and precious items. Like, no one's like, oh no, more gold and precious items. That sucks ass. Goblins arose in popularity around medieval England as an anti-Semitic shorthand for Jews. Really, not so much, right? And this was still in use today. I mean, look, in the Middle Ages, they weren't coy about, presenting Jews in a negative light. I mean, have you seen The Merchant of Venice? It's not something they kept under their hat. They didn't have to, let's invent a magical race of aliens so we can diss the Jews. They don't need to do that, right? They don't need to do that. Okay. What are we up to? Probably cosmetic. This device is still used today by many authors, whether intentional or not. A modern example is being J.K. Rowling. The pure evil of J.K. Rowling is that goblins as a controlling for the banks in a wizarding world of Harry Potter series, and the allegory and trope is so deeply embedded in the popular depiction of goblins that you simply can't avoid it. But we've forgotten it. Do you remember when Roseanne Barr got cancelled because she called Valerie Jarrett an ape, and everybody freaked out?
Vaguely, but I've never really paid much attention to Roseanne Barr, and I've no idea who Valerie Jarrett was. So
Valerie Jarrett was a top advisor to Obama, probably still is top advisor to Obama. But the point is this: that she's black, right? And so she said, "Are you calling me an ape because that's a racial slur?" If you're not a racist, you don't really think in those terms, right? You think of stupid person, right? I
see.
Like, it doesn't occur to me to that it's connected to your skin color. But if you're racist, you do think that way.
Well, the doctor refers to human beings as you're a bunch of ridiculous apes or something like that. Right, exactly. I don't know what Roseanne said, but I would, I can see somebody, like mentioning if you call. I've heard lots of people, for example, dismiss somebody, groups of people or individuals, and by saying, "Oh, that person has got a real sort of behaves like a total Neanderthal." I've heard people say that. So if it was an extension of something like that, trying to make out that somebody who's quite primitive in their thinking, they were a primate in some way, the way they, in the way that they think, unsophisticated, I suppose. Right. But having said that, I mean, I know that Roseanne's quite outspoken. And so this other woman's a politician, so of course they're going to spin it to represent its worst possible facets.
Right, and that's exactly that. Yeah, that's exactly.
I'll have to look it up and see who said what there, because I genuinely have no idea.
It was a tweet, and it was. You'll see for yourself.
That was on Twitter as well.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, in that case, it's flat words on a screen, so it could be interpreted. There'll be no. People will just take it at face value, won't they?
Exactly. People always imprint what they want to see in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's finish this. And so the church on Ruby Road will have a band of goblins that sole modus operandi is kidnapping infants and presenting them for a macabre ceremony to be cooked and eaten. It didn't look like they're just being cooked. Whichever way you look at it, there's only one way you could arrive at the idea that for your antagonist, whether it was conscious aware of it or not. I think that makes a big difference. And I don't believe it was. Ross Lee Davis drew some again, you can't live this way.
No.
Of being constantly terrified of offending someone. Enough already.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.